Most people over 60 think their back, knee, or hip pain is just part of getting older. However, the real problem isn't aging, but a muscle that weakens over time. That muscle is the glutes. Weak glutes can affect almost everything, causing stiffness, soreness, and poor balance. The good news is that these muscles can absolutely become stronger again through a few simple movements if done daily. 1. Glute bridges. One of the best exercises to start with is the glute bridge because it teaches the hips and lower body how to work together again. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Then, slowly press your heels and lift your hips upward. Pause for a second at the top before lowering back down slowly. At first, this movement may feel surprisingly difficult even though it looks simple. That's because many people over 60 have glutes that have become inactive from years of sitting for long periods. When that happens, the lower back often starts doing extra work instead. The bridge helps reverse that pattern. As you lift your hips, focus less on lifting as high as possible and more on squeezing the muscles around your hips and backside gently. You should feel the work happening in your glutes, not your lower back. Over time, many people notice they stand up easier, walk more comfortably, and feel less stiffness in the morning. And honestly, there's something encouraging about feeling those muscles wake up again after years of being ignored. 2. Squats. Another great exercise is squats. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart and slowly lower yourself as if you're sitting into a chair. Then push through your heels to stand back up. You don't need to squat deeply for this to help. Even small, controlled squats can strengthen the hips, legs, and glutes. And this movement matters because it targets real-life activities like sitting down, getting off the couch, using the bathroom, and climbing stairs. All of those things rely on the same muscles. A lot of people stop trusting their legs as they get older because the movements start feeling shaky or uncomfortable. Squats help rebuild that confidence little by little. The key is moving slowly and staying controlled instead of rushing through repetitions. If needed, hold onto the back of a chair or countertop for support. And don't worry if it feels tiring quickly at first, because that's completely normal. Small improvements give results faster than people think. 3. Lunges. Lunges are incredibly helpful because they strengthen each side of the body separately. That's important because most people naturally rely more on one leg than the other without realizing it. To do a lunge, step one foot forward and slowly lower your body until both knees bend comfortably. Then push through your front foot to come back up and switch sides. At first, you may need to hold onto a wall or chair for balance, and that's perfectly fine. This movement improves strength, coordination, and stability all at once. And honestly, lunges often reveal weaknesses people didn't know they had. One side may feel steadier than the other. One hip may feel tighter. One knee may wobble slightly. That awareness actually helps because it shows you where the body needs more support. Over time, lunges can help walking feel smoother and more stable, especially on stairs or uneven ground. 4. Clamshells. Clamshells are another effective exercise, especially for muscles around the sides of the hips that most people completely overlook. Lie on your side with your knees bent and your feet together. Keeping your feet touching, slowly lift your top knee upward before lowering it back down. The movement is small, but you'll often feel the side of your hips working almost immediately. These smaller hip muscles play a huge role in balance and stability while walking. When they're weak, the knees and lower back usually end up taking extra stress, and that's often where the pain begins. Try not to rush this movement. Slow and controlled work much better than fast repetitions. A lot of people notice this exercise helps them feel steadier while standing and walking after only a few weeks. 5. Donkey kicks. Donkey kicks are also excellent for waking the glutes back up without putting too much pressure on the joints. Start on your hands and knees. Then slowly lift one leg upward while keeping the knee bent. lower it back down slowly, and repeat before switching sides. This movement directly targets the larger glute muscles that support the hips and lower back. And surprisingly, many people feel these muscles activate almost immediately because they've been underused for so long. While doing the movement, try not to arch your lower back too much. Keep the movement controlled and focus on squeezing the glutes gently instead of kicking the leg as high as possible. The goal is activation, not speed. Over time, stronger glutes often mean less strain on the lower back and more support for the hips and knees during daily movement. 6. Wall sit hold. Another exercise that helps tremendously after 60 is the wall sit, mainly because it strengthens the muscles people rely on every single day without needing complicated movement or equipment. Stand with your back against a wall and slowly slide yourself down until your knees are slightly bent, almost like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Hold that position for as long as feels comfortable before slowly standing back up. At first, this movement may start burning quickly in the thighs and hips, and honestly, that's normal. The wall sit wakes up the glutes, legs, and core all at once, while also teaching the body how to hold itself steady under pressure. These are the same muscles your body depends on while standing in the kitchen, climbing stairs, walking through stores, or getting out of chairs safely. And what makes this exercise especially useful for older adults is that it builds strength without putting any impact on the joints. There's no jumping, no sudden movement, and no pressure to move fast. You're simply teaching the muscles to support your body again. While holding the position, try to breathe normally and keep your shoulders relaxed. If it's difficult to hold for a long time, start with 10 to 15 seconds and slowly build up. Many people find that doing wall sits regularly makes their legs feel more stable during daily activities. Standing for longer periods becomes easier, walking feels more supported, and even the knees often feel less strained because the hips and glutes are finally helping again. And sometimes, those small improvements are exactly what help people feel confident moving around again. 7. Step-ups. Step-ups can be easily added to your routine and are one of the best exercises for real-life strength. Use a sturdy step or a low platform. Step up with one foot, press through your heel, and bring yourself up before stepping back down slowly. Then repeat on the other side. This movement trains balance, coordination, and leg strength at the same time. And because it copies movements people use every day, like stairs, curbs, and getting into cars, it carries over naturally into daily life. Many adults over 60 start avoiding stairs because they no longer feel stable or strong enough. Step-ups help rebuild that confidence gradually. Start with a low step and move slowly. There's no need to rush. Consistency matters much more than intensity here. 8. Side leg raises. Finally, we have side leg raises. These are excellent for strengthening the hip area and improving your balance. To do this exercise, lie on your side and slowly lift your top leg upward before lowering it back down with control. These muscles help stabilize your hips every time you walk, turn, or stand on one leg. And when they're weak, balance becomes shaky, and people often don't understand why. As you do the exercise, focus on smooth movement instead of height. Raising the leg slowly and with control works far better than swinging the leg quickly. Over time, stronger hips can make everyday movement feel easier and safer. And honestly, that's what this is really about. Not looking athletic or being perfect. This is just to help your body feel stronger, steadier, and more supported as you get older. Aging doesn't always mean the body is breaking down with weakness. Sometimes it simply means certain muscles haven't been getting the attention they need.